Do you guys know it's easier to get sex outside our homes
than it is in the home?
It is in the home, yet you're married.
I think we know the company supply.
That's the problem. Everybody wants a piece of you now.
Family.
Your job wants you now. Your family wants you now. Your wife wants you now. Your children want you now. Guess what? You want yourself now. You find you're here with your family, the first thing they ask you, Owasadi. Owasadi is a dangerous question to ask a man in these days. You talk to a man in his late 30s or 40s and you're like, whoa, where was he at when he was 20? So a man who's led by a woman in early childhood is going to tend to drive so much more side of the emotional that it's going to be very troublesome to deal with the girl child. The virtues of a man are beyond physicalities, are beyond how educated you are beyond how much money you are. Those are not values for men.
Hey guys, welcome to On The Board Podcast. My name is Francis Semokule, your host for today. Now, this is a girl I've been waiting to host for a long time, and then yesterday I tactically got him. I think yesterday but one. I tactically got him to get onto this session with us. It's a very important session for both men and women to say, but for a larger part, for men.
For men.
So the gentleman I'm with here is called Brian Semanda. He's a sex therapist, and he owns a company called Brian Naturals, where you can find all your solutions as far as sex is concerned. And some other thing that will be able to explain to us. Masokeyo. I was Googling you, and you're also a teacher.
Yes. I do so many things as well. So Brian,
please introduce yourself.
I am Brian Semanda. I'm a sex therapist and a wellness coach, I would say. I'm a certified herbalist. I do herbal medicine. I do herbal medicine and help people in different sectors, beauty and sex, and wellness in general with herbal remedies. I'm a dog breeder too.
Yeah, I can see a lot of dogs, but
I deal in pit bulls and Rottweilers. So those are massive dogs. So that's another thing I do. But I am happy when it comes to things like this, conversational regarding our well-being in society. I'm a boy child activist, I would say.
Hey, you're a boy child activist?
Yeah. Surprisingly, 90% of my clientele are women.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, 90% of my clientele are women, but I'm a boy child activist and support, and I'm a partner in the Man in Me. It's a boys' garage. We talk about boy issues because we have a lot of men with boy child issues. You know that difference there? Men
with boy child issues.
Yeah, men with boy child issues, like men who are not confident, men who are still struggling with emotional instabilities, men who are not committed, men who are not focused, men who are shallow when it comes to conversational relationships. So we are mentoring men to become serious men. You talk to a man in his late 30s or 40s and you're like, whoa, what was this guy at? Where was he at when he was 20? So of course we are helping our girl children because I'm a father to girls, and sometimes it worries me. What will my daughter?
What kind of men would she find out
Exactly, there? Because we have a lot of mama's boys. You know, the rate of single mothers have risen.
Yeah.
And the way women are raising their boys is actually alarming. So me as a boy child activist and a mentor to boys and men,
talking about boys, the majority of boys being raised by mothers.
Yes.
It's a conversation I was having with my friends. Actually, most girls would not want to date boys that have been raised by their mothers.
Because they're going to have issues. You're dealing with an highly emotional person. You know, men are emotional too. But when we're dealing with relationship is 90% driven by emotional intelligence. So a man who's led by a woman in early childhood is going to tend to drive so much more side of the emotional that it's going to be very troublesome to deal with the girl child. That's why they end up not committed. They end up leaving the relationship quickly. They end up giving up. They're not firm enough. They don't have firm decisions. And women like challenges because boys who are supported by their mothers and everything. You've never seen a boy with a mother. Don't run there. Don't let you know.
Yeah.
It's going to fall. One time a woman came here for counseling, of course, and she had a boy like around a 5 and a 10-year-old boy. And they were running here with the dogs and oh my God, they're going to bite him. But no, they're boys. But they're going to fall.
So the streets have to teach the boys.
Exactly. So many men lately are not street smart. And women are fond of falling for the street smart people.
Yeah, like the so-called writer.
Smart people. Because you see, when you're a mama's boy, everything is laid for you. They end up actually coming to us to look for girls for them. But a street boy, my inbox is always here. I have failed to, reach out to a woman. I fear. Every time I get to mention the word, I tremble, I shake. Because they are not confident enough to know who a man is. A man is not what he has. The virtues of a man are beyond physicalities, are beyond how tall you are beyond how educated you are beyond how much money you are. Those are not values for men. Because the street smartness makes you have serious values of actually engaging in a conversation that is going to lead to a consensus or something. Because I was saying they don't have time to actually crack deals or close deals. You can be a very, very intelligent person up there in the books, but you can't even close any business because you have not the conversational skill. You're not a winner. Katifaba, but street people, I'm a street boy. I would say I'm a street smart man. Tumanyo kwana. Omanya chiche nzizako. Omusajja asobola okuguza ettaka lyo ate nga liryo n'ali kuguza n'omwine ku ssente nga liryo.
Street smart.
That's street smart. N'akuguza amata g'ente naye nga gambuzi. So I'm not saying being street smart is we are, but the confidence in delivering your message.
I think I've heard a lot to do women complaining about that. Nagenze could date in a guy, but he could not hold a conversation.
A deep conversation.
Now, Brian, you've started on a note that I was actually intending to start on.
Yeah.
This month is Father's Day. Month. And Men's Month. And while I had this conversation before on phone with you, you seem so infuriated by the fact that our Sajja are not really being men.
Yeah.
And that's why I've called on this platform. Ogezeko, to okuwa abasajja amagezi and then keep them in check.
Yeah.
And this is where I want us to start, Brian. Where is the problem with the men of today?
The problem of with men today, it starts little. Before we know it, it's escalating into different platforms: mental health, physical wellness. The first thing I think men have grown to understand that this story of men don't cry, men are not emotional, it's a lie. The first thing men have to accept, it is okay not to be okay. It is okay to fail. It's okay mukazo kucha wana kugana. When you don't
laugh, no game.
But you see, men get overly stressed over things that they shouldn't have stressed them in the first place. So the danger with men today, the cover, the social media, the showbiz. You see a man covered in a showbiz body, but down inside they are dying. They can't even talk to people. Have you had people commit suicide lately?
Yeah.
I've had a person I know closely who committed suicide. But he was a very good guy recently. He was a very well up to date, but people are dying slowly. They have issues and they don't talk to people. But because society has pressures,
they expect these men to
The problem with men today is our social development, our everything, everyday life. Everybody wants a piece of you now.
Family.
Your job wants you now. Your family wants you now. Your wife wants you now. Your children want you now. Guess what? You want yourself now. How are you going to bisect yourself like here, equally? You find you're here with your family, the first thing they ask you, what's that do? And you probably have issues.
A gentleman who recently committed suicide.
We can't zero down to those issues. There are so many things that cause depression, but Or what's a day is a dangerous question to ask a man in these days. It's pressure. Times are hard. And some of us go through a challenge where women have been emancipated highly. They've been given so much power. And now you're talking to a girl who is aware, well facilitated, enough educated, enough money. I don't have enough money. You're asking me for a woman. I go out on the streets and the girls are expecting high up there. The problem starts. We are depressed. We are living in the highly depressed environment today. Men are living. You see, depression and stress comes in two different forms. For you would look at it and say, oh, maybe he's not married, that's why he's drinking like that. Maybe the guy lost a job, that's why he's drinking like that. Everything has a stem cell. Like there's a root to it, there's a stem to it, and then before you see the flowers, before you see the fruit, there's been all this process. It starts with a bit of lifestyle pressures. Everyone has a car in your group, and you don't have. That's a societal pressure.
I'll be honest with you. I've suffered that pressure some time back.
I mean, and who measures the success of a man by the car?
And everyone, man, you need to look responsible for the motor car.
Exactly. To get where you are. People have lost jobs. There's a society root, the root of depression. You see, depression starts this way. Living in the past is stress. Living in the future is anxiety. The combination is depression.
All right, explain to me living in the past.
Living in the past, the stresses people get in the past. Probably you've ever had the money and then it left. You had a job and it left. You probably were doing well with this kind of girl who ended the relationship. You start stressing about the things that you've gone through. You're living in the past. Maybe at one point you had some good paying job. The society changed, COVID came and people lost jobs. That stress of remembering where you are and now, you start living alone. You start excluding yourself from the society. Social media, man, I should be here also. He's doing well. You're moving on the street, no sango mwana eri omuto. Na kuitako na kola bwati ngavuge moto kenunchi. Ogamba
bali akabuzo ke batera buza these days. Baba soma nemuyito obulungi.
Kono chemistry aliwa. Ola mwana ali kujoga actually bana the right word bana bajoga.
Yeah.
So that's that pressure, that stress.
Enough living in the past.
Living in the past. But true happiness is living in now. Goba dosho manyi ntino. Buli choinanga techukumala ebyata achagala.
Being content with what you have.
Living in the present. You see, you don't have a job. You're healthy. You probably have a little magazine to. There's somebody who's looking for a day's meal. But you had a meal yesterday and you have one tomorrow. Somebody who's... So, happiness, true happiness is living in that. And men don't understand that. The anxiety. The future. The future. You're looking beyond where you are.
10 years from now.
Milioni binanja gula chizimbe chili ngenda wasoma kazi wa mwana mkasanfuna sete mkazi ngenda mkulie nyumba ngenda mkulie simu. That anxiety of ahead time puts you in a heavy pressure.
No, you have to dream.
No, dreams are valid, but how are you dreaming? Anxiety is not dreaming. Dreaming is writing your thing and say this is what I'm going to be. But anxiety is over a time. Not happy because of what you're hoping for in the future.
Especially if it doesn't materialize.
Exactly.
Or you feel like it's not about
so those are the pressures we go. So I was saying to Pedanga to more your spaces every other day. Every time we roots. At the stem, I'm going to talk about the roots, sorry, the fruits and the flowering of all these things we go through. They have very bad health-seeking habits. So they don't go to hospital. You find a guy has been sick for years and has never gone to hospital until his dick goes down. Man, nasoka nendwala mwawa kalwadde nemugamba ha nemane kakula mpola ekulabaga sikyayima bulungi ne bagamba munamu diabetes awo ne mwana sitwala serious ne bagamba mwana ati awo ninamu high blood pressure mwana nembivaako
nga takyasaza.
Men only raise up when the very important things are fallen. And to men mutaka wa wansi kasagana okuyima. ng'otandika okukyangala na system. We have bad health seeking habits as men. By the time they come to us, it is too bad. Ebintu byononese. You're told you're diabetic year one. Nogamba to hell with life kasita nkyali mulungi. Nonywa omwenge, nobeera stress, waayita emyaka ena esatu nga your system is broken.
Are you sure that omuntu can totally not reach a point that
I have these things keep on growing. I don't want to explain so much of the diseases. High blood pressure is a condition that grows and gradually keeps on growing, and different things come along. Depends on blood flow.
Yes.
High blood pressure means either you're going to have a high blood pressure, your blood is thick, so your heart is using much power to pump it, so you're going to have palpitations. Just start holding erection for so long because you have a blood issue. If you're diabetic, your blood glucose or your blood sugar is high up there, and that you're going to have high cholesterol. Masavu musa ingatuli healthy na katono. I have a guy who was told he has cancer. Now before the scene of cancer. No go. 4 years down the road, things get worse. So the idea of men not taking care of themselves. Bestemming and we know, you're stressed, you're anxious, you're depressed. You stop not being serious about your life. Find a guy, responsible man, who should be responsible, in the bar at 3 a.m. in the morning. I know where I'm office. Your capacity. So we are in a generation where our output is below the minimum requirement.
Because of our behavior.
Because of our behavioral aspects. And that is men. Katosanko msaja, ina stress waka. Omusajja kasita komawo saa mwendeze ekiro leero mukazi aba anyiiga alowooza okuva mu bwenzi naye abantu balina mu bwenzi by the way nga bali mu bibaala banywa just kibaala nga tayenze naye nga ali mu kibaala bwadde waka pressure egenda kwongera stress yeeyongere waka. Kati nze mbeera mu basajja wano always abasajja bangi n'abawala n'abavubuka abato. When you find young men talking to older men, if you ever, there's a group of men where it's called the Men in Me, men's garage. The married men were speaking issues that got the young boys scared to get married.
How is that? Like the realities of the marriage.
The realities of marriage
scared the people that are not yet there.
Well, stress management. Do you guys know? It's a men's show, but these are men issues. Do you guys know it's easier to get sex outside our homes
than it is in
the home yet you're married?
I think we company supply.
That's the problem. And we thought it was one guy. One guy said, man, I've taken 3 months. Woman doesn't want me to talk. The guy said, 3 months. Me 6 months. I said, me, I rape her just if I want, I rape.
That is dangerous.
And the guys who were in there, who are young, who are not married, are like,
he's married, was it?
Looks like no one is talking good thing about marriage. Meanwhile, for them, they think if you're married,
yeah, I was thought.
No, I am married. I'm a married man too. I will tell you the same story. Yes. The guys were like, it's much easier to get sex outside marriage than it is to get it at home. It stresses. So guy stresses is.
So why? Why is it like that?
We will ask the women next time we're talking about the women. They will tell you the stories. But so the men, everything is happening to them, but silently.
And they're not talking.
No man can walk out of our marriage of his marriage and leaves, and the society will be like, Chichi, tamalako. But women keep on going and they say,
and they won't judge them.
They won't judge them. But if a man leaves, society will be like,
right.
What kind of man are you? You're childish. So what am I trying to bring to your attention? You said, what's wrong with men? Those are the things we go through. Those are the fruits of this, the stresses, the anxiety. We're living a depressed era. Businesses are closing. We are in economic times that are hard. Some guy was walking on the street with, my friend was telling me, my buddy was like, nasanze chali gwe badde money for years. Nandaba watagaba. Namubuza kugambucha. Guy natulika nakaba. The guy started crying out of the blue.
Yeah, it's deep in there.
Now guy, man, Chichi, talk to me, what's up? Man, I'm closing my businesses. I'm just walking far. So where are you going now? I don't know. Just walking randomly.
Wow.
stresses.
I think, but I think I was speaking to a psychiatrist in Tabika. Nagamba, one of the reasons that is making men suffer a lot today is because one, men think and then two, they don't have skills like intraperson and interperson skills.
Exactly.
Which brings into emotional intelligence. So when he's challenged with something,
yeah, and most of the time it's like
most of the time it's like that. And also they don't have the ability to communicate effectively. Into a way, instead of approaching it with logic, like start with a positive and then go with a negative later. I start with a defensive, blaming all, which oftentimes ends up in a fight.
And the female character, when you attack them in that manner, they're going to be either flee or fight. Flee means to vehicle. So ideally, when we're in the society with men, men don't have safe spaces to discuss these issues.
Exactly.
The society hasn't created for us a safe space to talk about these issues. So when we're in the Man in Me, men's garage, we often understood that a lot of men, until we sit down and each one talks about their issue, you would think you're the one going through alone. When that guy who brought an issue of sex came up, everyone was like, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. But it looked like to him it was really stressing him. The guy was so depressed about it. And his thought was like, maybe my wife is cheating. Maybe he's sleeping around. Until he talked to the guys. He said, I've been married for 25 years, but bro, boss, I had to learn how to maneuver through this thing.
So how do you maneuver? Go out, eat and
I don't want to be the
advocate.
The advocate for that. But the end will justify the means. So, but what am I trying to say? The roots have been there, the stem has been there, and the flowers, the fruits are evident right now.
Yeah.
A guy parked his car just on this bypass of Cheban. He parked there, and as if their funders had stopped him, he jumped over. He parked, walked out of the, jumped over.
And died.
And died spot. The society has attacked men from childhood.
Yeah.
Do you realize that even social behaviors attack boy child and the girls? Did you read there was a research that was made out of 5 autism cases, 5 are boys.
Out of 5 are boys.
Out of 5, 4 are boys. So
4 are boys.
Only 1 girl is autistic. Out of 5. We made research recently that 70% of the reason why most men are depressed are social factors.
Yeah, social pressures.
Family and white women.
And I was someone also said that the main reason why most men are not able to create generational wealth today is because of the black tax, which comes to the society.
That's society. That's why I said your family wants you, your kids want you, your wife wants you, the government is taxing you also. So where are you going to grow from? Some people have ended up being like white people. Selfishness. And this guy said, before you can fly, please let your wings be free. But we cannot do it in Africa. So the idea, so that as alone has caused all these problems. Oh, guy wa boda gwena sanga yantwalako so isanga munana awo nzigera musanvu nanga mani njale nduma ngati chitonalya nanga mani kusine nkola ya mtwala awo kumuchonetso kanguwedeze waka embade njiriba ade sinafuna kati everyone is important before you.
Yeah, actually you said that you care about everyone else but you.
Besides me. Now we should understand that we are the pride now. We are the prize. You're the heart of the family.
Say that again.
We are the prize. I'm the prize, Brian Semanda. Recently, it's a personal story. I got a stroke.
You got a stroke?
Recently, last month in May, I got a stroke.
Sorry, man.
I was in hospital for 2 weeks, and the doctors were like, you're lucky you attended medical health. I felt the signs that were not nice, and I went to hospital. Said, you're lucky. We neutralized it quicker. It was going to be bad. But I imagined myself down in a hospital. How people become vegetables after. That was the end of me and my life.
Yeah, stroke, man, you go.
My wife would move on. Everything happened. Because I'm not important anymore.
Yeah.
I am the prize. That's why I'm being into it's me first before anyone else. But men are found to care for everyone else besides them. Society has bred us that way. So called ye muganda wangi.
And then ofe kubalala.
So kumalo kukuta. You've been to when you're flying. When you're flying, the people tell you first first take care of yourself, just in case there's turbulence. Mm-hmm. Take a call your floating thing, your
oxygen.
First put on yourself before you can help anyone.
Yeah, someone else. Yeah,
that's how we should be. But you find somebody. Men should learn that habit of
take care of themselves
before anyone else. Recently, I found a man. He looked very disturbed. I'm like, man, I'm stressed. He was going for a job interview. The 2 days, if I am the employer, I wouldn't give you a job.
Why?
He looked very horrible. He was a good man. He lost a job. He lost so many things. He lost his car. Now, he looked horrible. He hadn't taken a shave. I don't know how long. I knew that guy. He was a smart man.
Nenga life mukubye.
They shaved. Atunula bidenge nchagenda mu interview. Nimugamba manyi mukama wange. Togenda ngofana bwetyo. So demwaya ebi nimugagenda sokosala enviri.
Onyidire.
Bya kumere zino 2 days ezisigadde yo gakoze. Nanga mwana okimanyi. Kazi tafumbye mmere. Macha nokera ngo li stress saa 12 olina okudduka mangu wangu tuke gyolaga n'otalya yajja wano saa 12 olukunda yeva wano saa 3 nenga tanalya ya na lunch nganywire unyumazi ku office. You understand? So I'm like, no brother, you are important.
You're the prize.
Bila biveko nimuga ewaka waleke decent ndakale wino uyana obalekera negwe tonalya
ngocho angambye nti akawalo kayiza n'okawe ekyebiri naye nga tolina mmere.
Abasajja wetu beera akawane kakubye n'okana ekyebiri katakisimba. Recently I saw a video akomuvubuka nga pota yafunye omutwalo n'agwereza akawala n'akakubira ngamba sente ozirabye manya akala kamugamba mbu naye nawo omutwalo bagulaba. Men are depressed. Omutwalo bagulaba.
So women should learn to appreciate what we do for them.
Let me tell you something that the reason why the dying need for men to get married is actually there's a dying need for men to get married. It's over, dying out.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time you look at a woman, it's another problem. It's another, how do you say, suctioning machine.
Now I think the problem is with our women and their mentality.
Yes.
Omukazi, even if they have their money, bazita sente za chikazi, they will not take the initiative to have that intellect to know that, you know what, one wins
today. Oh no, this is ours. So we are in a generation where the men have been used. Actually, let's be honest, we are used. And the earlier men understand this, that women are always looking for a better man every day. Even in marriage. They are looking for what you can't afford in another man every day. That's a reality. But marriage is a beautiful thing. But
no.
Marriage
marriage
is a beautiful thing if we find a balance in everything. But for women, most of them, even in marriage, they are looking for something you cannot provide in another man. I told one young man, never break your back to impress a woman. Women are loyal to their emotions. This is a space for men. Women are loyal to their emotions. You know what that means? It doesn't matter what you're doing. If our emotions have told us something else, she can leave you with a beautiful... You can buy a woman a very big car, 200 million. Like, oh my God, you're so generous. That's like emotional, loyal. I like how it touches my nails. That's the thing. But how do we understand this? Never do anything, never break your back to impress a woman. A woman will be impressed if she wants to. Never to do what you can do. Do what is right. As a man, you must do what is right. What is right is what you should do. What you can afford is what you do. Don't break your back to impress a woman. Women are never impressed. They are impressed at their period. Wasala wakati njagala kusanyuka. Omukazi bamugulira akamoto kakuluga. N'agamba ani kugulira kuluga nze sijaga. Nanyiga nakirika nawo.
Nayagala ki?
Chichi. Haji natugamba. Najijawo najizayo mu bond. Nafuna yakawala nakagulira buno motoka kutonda bitabu spasio. Kawala kafu kamera nekevulunga nekebaza. That's how it is. Tasanyukidde kyomuwa. Eri atasanyukire ekisinga obutono. Now like a video recently, a man sent a woman money. Namukubira namugamba, nina emitwala 3 jangenda okuweereza. Kazi nayo mpanyo kichecho ani kuweereza ebyo bisente nedda. Which kind of person am I? Buy mobile money. It was like a video. So mpezo sizagala nazimujjako. Naziweereza mama we mukyalo.
Yeah.
You saw that video?
Yeah, I saw it.
Naziweereza mama we mukyalo. It's the same man omukazi yavuma nagato, how can you give me such money? You look at me, that money, it's not enough. Guy naweza mama ye sente zo mukyalo. Mama yamukubira esimu namusabira buli saa. Aga mukatamani wange mukama udizewo. May God enlarge your territory. Woje mukama zewo. Your mother is happy for 100,000, but the woman out there is not happy for you giving her 500,000. It doesn't matter. Social pressures. You know, the conversation with men and keep on going on and on. Recently, there's a very, very, very respectable man came here crying. Mugana chichi got deo naga Brian kankubulire mukazi kumacha na kete kumacha na ngamba ayagala shopping zabana ne mwezi sese nabade nazo Lwenzu kasawa nga 12 nambuza why gotoshima ito TV yawe deko mga mwana kasawa natebedda yo nkyala soko tekeko TV bwena akoma tunayiya nanga musajja gwe nze nabitegeyo tojamalako wakyozala abaana bootasobole kaira bakato kasi mukolero kyo nazijane ku simu nafuluma ennyuma naye nkuba esimu nange ataliwo agenze namugamba nti kati baneiba balina TV fete tulina TV naye nga yamuwadde sente
naye oba erudda it's sweet to blame.
Yeah, thank you.
It's sweet.
So
it's sweet to blame because I think women are like children. What you get them used to is what they come. I don't know whether that's the line of argument you are going to come across with, because it looks like what you get them used to. Then you digress to 100. That's where the difficulty comes from. I don't know.
Problem is, you know, I was at a marriage or a relationship is like a project. Project joji twala wa. Bwe nkukwana namu nga oli project ya just kugenda ko ku beach. Ne bwe nkuwa abiri sifayo. Kwanga mmanyi project ya egwera mboliri. Project we buy a family, like family oriented project.
That is step family.
It's different. Ntinebe nkuwesa tukusubira okutegera nti twina project eja maaso.
So the investment has to vary.
Project. We are oriented in this project. Bwe mba nzimba kalina eyo. Bwe mba nsimba omusengi gwayo. Sikusima kyekimu nga wenzimba akayimba k'embwa.
Definitely.
Projects. So a lot of men, we are in projects that are wrong because of our intentions. Gurura omuntu gaja asana kuba na musingi gwa kayimba kambwa negwera muteka mu project ya kalina 3. A lot of men we've succumbed to pressures of how beautiful is she, which family is she coming from, what does she study, where is she working, beyond who she is.
So okaddemu ako.
Kati ffe tutulira kiki kyalina
family
nyashweri ava mu family yeoli family y'abagaga nnyo ayina nnyashi yasoma alabika bulungi naye ebyo byonna abirina naye tabiri. There's education but yes. She's not educated. Do you know people have education but they're not educated, they're not learned. The people come from very very wealthy family but they cannot get a good family out of them. Mukazi ngaya kuli ya family yindi naye kati muyeta mugenda va mu family ennungi nga she's not a marriage material at all. Tuzala mbita tuzala mubita tuzala myoyo. Who is she beyond the degree? Who is she beyond the nyash? Abantu babuza nga mpasiza omukyala mwana olaba abakazi bangi kivudde ku kyolonda omukyala oyo. Nice not akubaddamu, but me I had seen things. Walawidde kunti abasajja bangi 90% of men who are married asobola okugamba olunaku lwena asooka osanga omukazi oyo nakimanyi nti ngenda muwasa. Abasinga tubadde ku basajja abafumba abasinga gamba nze olunaku lwena asooka olaba omukazi oyo namanya nti nja muwasa.
So the energy comes in sync.
Something of the synchronicity, but also the values determine the project.
Oh yeah, back to the project thing.
Oyagala ki mukama ngwe otunira bulamu kiggwe. Family man, I have men who says Brian yokosa nedda sijja kuwasa naye abaana mbaagala nje baza nenze okubeera n'omukazi kikafuwe. I recently met a very old man. He was around his 56. He had come for power. Ngina muyambako ku
upgrade
transform mutabani nze nkyankalanyize system naye kati pulya battery eweddeko netaga recharge. Yes nimegamba yo ina family mzee kati ujjako amara toyogera ku ya family enze kama wange ngamba azala abaana bange nabamalayo nze siwasangako era siri wasa nze nasalawo kunyumira bulamu nze buwomu. Ne period yenabeerako n'omukyala ali olubuto olwange twalina ekisenge ekyenjawulo njagala PC yange.
Wow.
Nimugamba kati ogamba nze that's my we were in the same house but she slept in the same bed and I'm in different bed. Twatwagadde sexy nga ngenda. But that's how it's supposed to be by the way. But grandfathers but buli omu yalina ekisenge kikye. Men, you should normalize having a room for yourself. Normalize having your own bed somewhere.
In the house.
If you know it's in the house or somewhere. Ngasi agenda kudda mu kwepicha. For example, I have my own room.
In your house?
No, not in my house. Somewhere. I have my own room.
Man cave.
I'd actually just rent. It's a man cave. Actually, I've just started it like 2 months ago when I realized there are days as a man you need to keep quiet and look at your inner self. Vamu byokwepicha ne kumabaala yingirako akasenga ako jjeke n'essimu weebake.
Do things that you love.
Olowooze nnyo ng'oli bwomu mukazi aba akuli wano wakanga osiise ng'osubiitiza ku bintu
akubuuza lwaki osirise
n'akubuuza bakumye gy'ovudde kati anaadisolvye nti nga thought process yo yonna n'ojja mu ndi nga toyagala kwogera just oyagala space yo bakunyiiza mu katale ojja kuyombesa bawaka naye bakazi bo munaye tondetera pressure ozonyiize kati fete nakola olutala. I think women are naturally made for drama. Watu wa drama tebanyumirwa so funayo akaroom ko bakayumbako somewhere nakako nga naye tamanyi nayo or creating a space for you to think alone. A lot of men don't have that time. Nabuza ko guy nga janaga Brian kulia manyi fe what was the sex problems tunoonya the root.
Yeah
because this is your root power. Wano wali amaanyi g'omusajja gonna nze kasansa ng'omusajja nga alina ekizibu wano munanga waliwo ebirala byatannategeera.
The root cause.
There's so many things that come here because this is your health. Teri musajja atalina maanyi ga kisajja nga mulamu waliwo ekijja kyotannamanya. So then pause take me through your life. Guys, I think I've taken 3 months nga sagala sexy sifana na erection kati buli akin stress nzemu ko ne mchala nga mbuza kitu abaki ne Brian tewali mugamba take me through your life. Azuka saa 10 za kumacha ya dropping abana somero
mchala nga yebase
simanyi sagala kuingira mu details ezo oli wasoli bimanya. Okay. A dropping abana azuka saa 10 to drop the kids to school. Amaba dropping ana agenda ku office. Abera akoye banga bakiriza van eba dropping ewaka. Agamba va ku office nga mpoye sanga 10 nenga jamu munje nizo kampetako mu kibala
nanywamu
neberaka mu kibala bino izi nonywanyamu jamu nakendea saa 5 mukaga nodde waka notuke waka mukaga no recharging amao no webaka 10 nozokuka buli lunako.
So the life is work home, serve other people.
Very stressed.
You don't have your own.
Meanwhile, the job is very stressing to a level that sometimes yira bya ne lunch.
Oh, wow.
Yazukusasa kubinaga mwana sometimes bera ndyawo lunch yaweddeyo na daneso kangola chapati yawo ne soda.
Bad eating habits.
We don't care about ourselves. Nagula chapati ne soda kaga mbanzi jawo kumacha n'engula yawo kakoko emba mu bala ne wandetaye ku nkoka wenjoche ne butipso busike sika abakazi baba butunda nenywa ne zibia zangawo
cholesterol.
The system is dead.
Yeah.
Kati buli amanyige kisaje wegaje, where is the power coming from? Nembuza, when do you go for exercise? Kati wala weekend Saturday ninafamu ninafamu kati mangenze yoko mu nimiro nensibeyo na week nenzira kati nkoma ku Sunday regulonga nkoye ngwabugwi kumane nzuka 10. The guy is in a tired zone on a daily basis. How are you going to be as a man? Your health is important. Have time for yourself. Because some of these things we do, bwokula nagamba ko musajja fasita bwe tukula wotandika okumanya how sleep is important. I would rather sleep than go to a bar. I would rather sleep than go to a party.
I agree.
Pakati zimpuli yankuze.
Agree on that one.
But this guy, you're living a bad life. It shortens your lifespan because your health is not put at rest. Echidaka omitu byenzudde ebizibu by'abasajja ennaku zino, ebizibu by'abasajja ennaku zino. You see, buli musajja alina kyayagala ng'omuntu. Naye ate okimanyi pressure ezisinga ze tulina is self-inflicted.
How?
Ekisooka, no man will ever meet the needs of one woman.
No man will ever meet the needs of one woman.
If you give her financial help ng'omuwa buli kasente kayagala, sex tojja musobola. Bw'omwa sex amala, togenda muwa time emala. You can't be working looking for money no more time. So you don't give me time. Time yonna kubeerako naye. Akola ennyo tasafuna maanyi ga sex.
Ate akola nnyo sex tafuna maanyi ga sex.
Tafuna sente.
Kati
bwe tutuuka ku ebyo nja kujjira. Tosobola kudisatisfyinga bizibu bya mukazi omu. Brother n'awasa owokubiri.
Man, that's very ironical, man.
You can't satisfy the needs. N'owasa owokubiri.
I think oli
tobisobodde bimalayo. Kati we divide nze. Oba okyala akana kane kajja nga tomanyi gye kavudde. Because men are irresponsible to that level. Notamanya abaana gye wabazaalidde. Oyina wano wali kati pressures onaza buli maama aleeta pressure yo kati gwe wajereetedde.
Oh, self-inflicted
pressures. Men are irresponsible to that level. But what's the chakala responsibly?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you please don't go do what you call that some were in a group of men and one girl, it was a combinational, and the girl said, I don't like the idea of men dogging. So we're like, what do you mean dogging? Men are dogs, they sleep around the area. And the guy simply said, no, we are just menning. We're menning. It's a men thing. Leave us alone. This is where we vent from. One gentleman said, society has not allowed us to cry. Every time I come, it's like I'm crying. Pressure is released off me.
Like you mean ejaculation?
Hey, that's what I mean. That's why they believe so. The idea is while you're venting, don't vent babies.
Just vent pleasure.
But the idea is women have given up the idea of us first. You'll have the children, plan and say, I want 4 children. After you get them, relax and enjoy your life. Osanga omusajja nga alina abaana 8 in 7 women.
Come.
That's the problem. One woman enough is trouble.
Ay, man.
Now you have 7. There's a guy I know. One of the guys was telling me, but school time weja. These women come all show up at office. One by one. Sometimes we sanga now. The guy is stressed. Kuliko mwafu manovuma. Nokuwagala okulwana alwana. N'abaana ajja nabo oyi. Omwamu ina babiri. Buli omu najja najja. You're living a stressed man, a stressed life man.
Self-infliction.
That's a self-infliction. We should be very selfish. Zala bana boyagala. That's not a problem. But how are you going to do it? Have a plan. Project. Iriyo mukazi gwalanga project y'abaana. Negwe si buli nyashi nti yakuzaalamu. Iriyo nyashi nga zijja kuma ku pleasure si za kuzaalamu. A lot of men have actually failed to understand that there's some relationship that should end on the bed, on the first sexual encounter.
First day.
Tochiddamu kite genda ku kirala. But a lot of men don't understand that it should be project oriented. Why are you making a short-term pleasure a long-term investment? Kana kakusanyisiza kalungi kalabika bulungi naye owuliddewo nti kakuuzi. Kyokka ate oyagala kazenja. Katege kakule kukuwola okite okiveemu. Self-inflicted pressure. I'm in spaces of men and when a man is crying, some of us, we are looking at the side of a story. Okay, the times are hard. Mboza katamkamanga baden sabo ompulirize. One guy came and said, "I have a pressure with my woman." Bawa sister we mugaga nnyo. Naye ali mu competition ndi mukazi noli mchala wa mugaga.
Yeah, that's very, very common. It's the biggest pressure these people.
Sisterhood rivalry. Namubuza, okay. Why are you entangled in sisterhood rivalry? Nagapana kati pressure wetukidde. Buli sister bwagula ekintu tulina kigula. Kati ayine motoka gyayalise kati omukazi ngamba nange ngule Benz. Muga tojigula.
Naye babiwulira abasajja.
Babiwulira. Ne mugamba mukama wange go wakitandika. And if you do it, n'ogenda mu family zaabwe. Nga mwana nawo ngambeko mama we. Mama we yabiyigiriza. Some of this sisterhood rivalry starts from home.
The mom.
Don't be party to that pressure. Abakazi mgenye baba leta ko lujanja. I want my kids international school. Gwasomera mu international school. Usaba wasomera mu international school. Nizo basimanye.
Nedda.
Obulambo obulungi babubi.
Si bubi.
Akakajanja ako. Akaba like you succumbing to the pressures of women.
Si bubi.
Omusajja nanga mwana mpulira nfa. International school efukite first of all Benz yajja omwana wabatu tabana musomero li nafe byaga tutwale nizi sisobola oli gaya akola mu government aina sente. That's a self-inflicted pressure. So men, we have to get to a place where we care for ourselves and our well-being. It's okay not to deliver. It's okay not to take your kids to international school if you can't afford it. It's okay, because one of the things we have to agree to as men, let us not be the manipulated man. You see, we have a problem with the manipulated man.
Who's a manipulated man?
A manipulated man is one who thinks that you're going to be happy in marriage. Beyond, when you see a man, behind a very happy married woman lies a sad man.
Ah man, Brian. Behind every successful man lies a what?
A woman.
A woman. And
behind a very happy married woman
lies a sad man.
Do you know who a happy married woman is?
No.
She must have a password to your phone. A happy married woman must have a password to your phone. A happy married woman needs an accountability of where you are every other time.
Come on, now.
Baby, do you know ne Francis? Tuli recordinga.
Tuli ku podcast. Oja kubedda.
Bye. That's a happy married woman.
Olimba camera gichusi.
Choose a camera. That's a happy woman.
Yeah.
The moment you don't succumb to that, you're sad. She's gonna be sad. I want to hear. There's a guy who was told, if you come back after 8, never touch me.
He has curfew at home. That is body curfew.
If you come back after 8, take sex. No sex if you come back after 8. If the guy comes after 8, that's not a happy married woman. If you want your woman to be happy, she must have every information about you.
The bank, money, financial.
That's a happy
where
woman.
You are at, your phone.
If there's a company that's gone off your mobile money to a certain number that is female, she has 2 explanations. If she doesn't know, trouble.
That's so British like.
That's what I'm saying. Beyond behind every happily married woman lies a sad man.
But I think the reason that's why we are actually sad in our marriages because of certain lifestyles that
we have copied what we don't need.
That's what I want.
Remember your father used to just go for safari. After 1 month.
After 1 month.
I tell that mami na musanyefu nego ofuluma mu katono. Ovawa. There's a guy I know nkaneku bala jali omukazi ajja namunona. Get in the car. But you're breeding a very terrible lifestyle of men. That's why I said today's men don't have virtues of manhood. That's why women feel not challenged anymore. Buli kyakugamba kyokola, which challenge are you?
So are you saying you have to be toxic?
Not toxic. Have boundaries and direct. A man must be the head. That's a virtue. A virtue of a man is leadership. The fact that your woman can come to the bar amongst your friends, naga furuma, you're not a leader. You're not a leader.
So we have simps.
No, we have like boy child issues in men. There's a guy who at a party. We had at a party and the guy said, "Mami nawe, mami ndinda go." Actually, we all thought he was talking to his mommy. And he came like, "What's up, man? Mukazi angambi nzireka. Nika tupeta itandika butanditsi. Kaza nunye. Emugambye ndeko tawulira bane munya omukazi anchufukide kizibu like boy child issues.
Mami ngatabuse. So men should learn to say no and have be the men in the relationship.
Meanwhile, it's all about the project. Where do you want the project to go? Where do you want the project to go? Now, we have men who are sissies lately. They're not working. They don't have financial bonds. They have not really built their financial capacity, and their social capital is wanting everything you have like someone who bought. Tell me where your say is going to be.
Tewawulidde ono anoono muyimbi ombuuzizza nti ennaku zino kitegeerekese nti mugenda mu bivula ebirimu abakazi abagagga okwetega nagamba omubaveeko bakama baffe.
Yes. Kati omukazi wabaza buli kimu kikye yakwambaza buli kimu yakigula ewaka. Tell me how you're going to be a man.
You can't be a man in that way.
By nature, a woman, bakazi balangira. Makazi asobola okuliisaako olunaku olwewaka. Nenga gwado is for 29 days in a month. Nagamba, I am the one feeding this home. Literally.
Nagulira boxer nagamba yakwambaza.
Just once. What does that mean? Their nature, God created them to be in a place of a receiving position. Even society has bred them, even when they have money.
It's their kamani.
Their kamani. Wabaka kutaddemu manya byogenda okukola, are you ready okufumbirwa? That's a manipulated man.
Ngakiriza ye. Do you know what it is?
We are not saying that it's okay. We are not saying that a man to be supported by a woman who's well is a problem, but what comes with it?
Yeah, the repercussion.
Friend of mine said, "Guy, omukazi yamugulira essimu. Nenga batuke wakanga amunyiza nga timujjako ennaku 2. Pessimu. Oli kuba kazi okwana ku simu yange.
Yeah.
Where do you get the balls to talk on the phone I gave you?
I think we need to man up.
That's manning up.
Yeah. You need to man up.
Meanwhile, let me tell you, I've been around so many like women and I learned that women will only treat you how you let them in the beginning.
Like when you come with
firmness. Not hard. Kubengolo rwana.
A is A, B is B.
Firmness is direction. Hi, good morning. Today is Sunday. Tuesday I'll be out of town and I'll be back on Friday.
And that's it.
It becomes from kukwana. Hello, I was wondering, can you please accept we go out?
Please.
This week? Any day you choose is okay. Any place you want.
You need to place the day.
A real man is like, hey, good morning. 2 p.m. Sheraton, Wednesday. Thank you. Can we have coffee? 2 p.m. Friday. Let's do band. Friday, I'll come pick you. Omukazi oba akwetaga atandikira okukyusa position ye. Ya mukazi nakukubiraga anze sagala oliwa. Jam tugenda ko band ne bakwano bange. Kale mami kanzije.
Weak ass nigga.
Redirection. Men don't have that lately. Kati go onsango otya. How do you find me at the party? No number.
Jana tugendeka. Leto mtwana.
I wasn't a man in the beginning. I directed like, I'm aware. I'll be back late. See you.
And that's it.
Ne, maybe njya koma late. Sanga mukaga. Bwesto kamukaga bagenda kukubira amasimu. Oli wagabisa mukaga.
Yeah, let's man up.
It starts from now. Meanwhile, it does not mean that I'm saying be disrespectful to women. The women, women deserve respect. Communication is okay, but with direction. I am away for 2 weeks. I have a business trip I'm going to be dealing with, and call in a minute. Hey, good morning. It's been a good day. See you. Women use the man who's going to be very important is a mystery man.
They can't predict him.
A mystery man is every woman's dream, and our men don't know that yet. Women don't come to you or don't fall in love with you because of what you have. You can actually be very wealthy, very educated, and you still fail to get married. Abakazi nebakugana. Nosanga sachi mortali awansi komando. Ngayina abakazi ngachikuba. Omanyi kyaliko. Nze tebamanyira.
Ngamba jangu.
Naye oli sweet boy educated bakulagira bulagizo gamba. Baby. Wandi olabo otya kubiri wetugendako out. Naye mbadde so ene budde bwona sobola kale ngamba bwona afuna. Otandise okuutta.
Yaw sisi.
Okwana omukazi naye noberanga atalina mannyo mukamwa. Gamba, hey, how are you? I like you. You're beautiful. I like you. Can I have your number? Omukazi akulabira nti katono musiru.
Number no.
I come to you. Oh, you're beautiful. You're good. My name is Brian. I'm a sex therapist, and I work here and there. I introduce myself with a brief bio. I'm like, I like you. You look smart. Can I have your number? Period. Sidda mukwegayira. Kati tufunye ekizibu ky'abavubuka abalebeesi. Omukazi n'akunyiga n'akugoba. N'omweza message bibiri.
Pamvu.
Ng'omwegayirira okusajjwa.
Please.
Shigamye tetulagira abasajja kwetonda. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. In case you change your mind, I'll be glad. Bye. Again.
Brian. Abalezi bakuno babisobola ebyo.
Bakwatidde mu kikyamu okyamye. Okuli omukazi guy yatuyampeeza message naga Brian nina ekizibu omukazi yankwatira mu bwenzi yasanga message yange. Nga kyabaddewo naye omukazi yanyiize nnyo. The woman is so mad and bitter. But she has said for me to be forgiven we have to sync our phones.
Aberenga alaba bi.
Hey, let's sync our phone. Kijena namugambye oli musiru.
Yakizo okusinga.
Namugambye genda. Mugamba agenda oba ayagala. Mugamba agenda oba ayagala. That's you've given yourself to be stamped on. Not allowed to be used as a rag. Banja wa call mom many like almost 7 years ago. And this woman will attest. Namweza message omulundi ogu.
Gumu.
Naimwaga. Ngamba what happened? Nangamba tubiwe mwakadde. Samudira. Sadda mukuba simu sadda mukola ki. Yatuka esani yebuza naye kana kasajja. Keitachi. But I have to stay with my dignity in the process. Men have lost dignity in every area of our life today. What don't Sasuli said? Kola amalala mukama wange kola amalala. Mumusajja owekitiibwa alina okuba wakitiibwa.
Brian, let's take a scenario. Omukazi akugulidde essimu. Amawala ogenda gakola otya?
Bw'obanga gw'ogiguze. Nga wagiguze because I deserve it oba nadde siina nenkugamba migulayo akasimu nfa.
Maybe you deserve it like a gift.
Kati amawala gayagaliwa password essimu yange nsugambirawo. This is my phone. When I was getting married, I told my wife, my phone is my phone and your phone is your phone. I will never touch your phone, don't touch mine.
We're good?
We're good? Nakkiriza. Sikwatanga kusimya ejikebera.
Takwatanga kuiyo.
Yagikwatako neimwocha anti eyokya.
Omuleka n'agigenda.
Eyokya. Kubanga esimu y'omusajja muliro. Naye omukazi muliro botajegendeza. So I tell people, your confidence, buli wetolera omukazi. There's a guy recently. they came here in my office. Omwana nga Brian omusajja ekigeno mu time Juliet omusajja ine buba kwetona nina boda nga mukaga zingoberera
omukyala.
The meantime I'm ending this relationship. I can't be in this relationship. It's stupid. Meanwhile, a guy is coming from a well-to-do family. Yasomanyo, but mugaga. I understand there's spanks special. Boda bugobero mukazi. That does not show that you're a man.
That's insecurity.
Very insecure. Most men are insecure.
Low self-esteem.
Kati zenga nkeba ntesimu ya mukazi wange.
Kudiruchi.
Because Nchimanyi, she's a beautiful girl, but jamukwana. What am I looking for? So our men today have lost the value or the virtues of men. The virtues of our men. Sema kwa mutufu yani.
Tebali yena kuzi. Sema kwa mutufu yani.
Wasema akasimala na kwepanga na kuvuma banda kumala mbantu chitiwa. Sema akakuwa na direction. Create stories ewaka. Go in echikopo chicho. We start from the basics. Have your own cup and your own plate and your own chair. Ngane what oli wo. The kids know.
I've seen that.
That is far. If you don't have ownership in your own home, come on, you can never have power anywhere else. If you can't be a lizard in your home, where will you be a crocodile? Outside there. The world is harsh. First be the king in your house. Sema katandika kuba king waka. Daddy azeni batamanya nti daddy aze. Abana bena kuzabaje baje wakanga basoba. Kugwa kumukazi nga mbwayenda. There's a guy I know. He lives out of the country. Naye ajja munsi mu Uganda katategeza mukazi wende ajja. Mbokulawo bayenda. Ngamba nedda ojja kufuna obuzibu.
Kube simu ngamezi.
Bajjajjaffe basookanga bwe bati n'aweereza ettooke liraga nti nzija leero aweereza ttooke wana aweereza enkoko ennyama yeesookayo to announce my presence so that you are deservedly welcomed home. No. So, I mean, you must be a man enough to be feared. You know, sanga buli kimu kitibwawo bakasama daddy azze bategeke. Oyingira ennyumba nga maid asiimula mu ddiiro. Maid omusanza akutamye. Akulaze bina.
Wadagala akulaga eki.
Because you're not organized.
Oh yeah.
Toyina kusanga maid mu ddiiro nga akola asiimula.
Everything must meet the expectations of nti omuntu omukulu. The owner of the home is coming.
Exactly.
More like the king coming to a place.
Kati oza kabaka asookuja ne batatimba kigundi. Lwaki kabaka tajja n'agwa buguyaawo.
Agreed.
Esaza damba litwali litekawo ne wangachi wanaita okulaga nti kabaka ajja. That's how a man should be welcomed at home. Mmoja tebategedde nakujja. Ozalina mukazi alina mu buliri. Balina daka TV noje wakanga mukazi ali bwati. Natava na kuti. Neyo kubire simu nzija bategeke. Wachiri omwana abana bachimayi dadi bwajja. Tekawo mateka mami watasobola dadi bojja bana baje akujjako ensawa ajikujjeko akujjako engata ajikujjeko ategeka chaya amutegeke. That's period as that.
You feel the power
at home. Neno oberanga ekikopo omukozi kyanywerako naye kyonywerako. Nga ekikopo omukozi kyanywerako tewali njawulo na kikyo. Nga n'abagenyi bajja girasi gye bakuberako naye gye bamuwerako. What does it take? Nakati naye atanawasa bitandike kati. Tekewo ekikompe nga kikyo. Ne baba mugenyi aze takikwatako. Nga n'omugenyi aga entebe togitula musebo tula wali. This is my chair. Ownership. Men, that's semaka. Naife tuli mu bintu bya kizunguzungu. Chovala society yaffe efudde
mu partnership.
Weya. Mukazi nakugambako eyoza ku bintu awo. Ojiro oyoza ku bintu awo nsalira ku butungulu.
Genda nasala.
I'm not saying
but what's wrong with sharing?
I am a cook.
Okay.
Nakugambye Katonda yakola bakyala baffe bano. Chomumanyiza ngo mutanda.
Exactly, I agree with that.
Kyagenda okukuyisanga obudde buyise.
Ngedda wali osala obutungulu. What's wrong now?
Akavubuka kangamba lumu. Kakwano kajja okufumba bukatabukiseeko, bukononeseeko. Basula mu zina apartments. Ziri neighborhood nga ssatu. Olunaku lumu yagenda. Na simula amadinisa n'ayera ne compound. Bw'asimula n'ayera ne compound. It was a Sunday. Yeah, tanzimule ku madinisa njere ne compound. Next Sunday etuuka namugwe sebo
madinisa
nga tubagolongoziza. Even the neighbors were there. You haven't even swept the compound. Wow. Those are akamanyiro ekava. Yeah, I know. Kati bajaja gwalosa nako tata wanga asala obutungu.
Simula konga afumba no kufumba.
No, not because they don't know, but they're trying to set the pace. I am a loving man, very romantic. I can cook breakfast and chitambuliti. Gaba breakfast in bed. I know how to cook. Nebo chukola leo chukola to them becomes chateka.
Kumbia chai olete ku buliri.
Hey.
Wow.
Omwana agenda mutuse pampa.
Edala balina ku center.
One scenario I will not forget. One girl comes nga baide bizune ne boyfriend we. Boy ekyamunyiza bali kupate ne bakwano we mwana nafuka. Ngo abakwano ba mwala. Olunagamba bawe. Mwana afuseke no mchempampa. Tola mwana give him mchempampa.
That's disrespectful.
You know what that means? It was coming from Gaya Niga, Naga, because what don't know bakwano ba mukazi wo. Umanye bachi batutanga bako. Eri mukabula. Tobera to available. Nega mukazi wadde wodda. Family wuyo. Ozunzo jaye kwa mu bantu. Discuss. That's a man. Virtues have been lost in our society. Twabera gatola tata. Muzei tutemwe na bude buzanya za nyao na muzei they were nurturing something in us. Bulata totegera ntazi ngataita gakukuba miga
the presence wete come order weka
ajabuzi nemula temoto keje mwena ne abatu kani butereza naye katabane nakuzimujja dadi bule mwali kupadie
kusimu ye dining bali ku masimu
ne tata tebamnamula bakaba bali ku TV bali ku pad dadi
damn.
Katandika boti hozeyo ka everyone put the pad away. If I'm home, no pad in this house. Until I accept you. Screen time, give away. Because we're in the modern world, they are with their tabs. If I enter, put your tabs down, come greet me, dine with me, talk to me. I mean, we are family. Let's eat together. If I go to bed, if I say time to bed, yesterday. I got time to sleep. But I mean, no, I'm on my pad. How do I say time to sleep? Omwana nagamba not questioning. We are breeding our own trouble.
At the moment you've eaten food, supper, and it's done, there's no TV time. It's time to sleep. That's it.
Well, until a lot of men, instead of creating their own bosom, you see, out of your abundance, you pour out. Men are not educated. They're not well read. Men have no information. There's a guy who came to me, Nanga, man, I have suffered this problem for 3 years, but I didn't even know in Uganda we have a sex therapist. You're not informed. How can you be not informed? Sex therapist. You're not informed. There's a lot of Google here. Google Ugandan sex therapist. They'll bring you Brian Semanda.
You know, it's funny. I googled sex therapist. I know name came out first.
Because yes, I am Brian Semanda, a sex therapist in Uganda. A lot of men are not educated. They don't have information on their tips.
And women, on the other hand, are actually seeking information constantly.
Do you know why I told you I have 90% clientele women?
That's what I was about to ask you.
Women are interested in information. Guy naralechirwadde nenga tamanyi which doctor to see. Tayaja naga inegradanga which doctor do I see we have such a problem. Ngatamanyi. Men are not seeking information. Men seek information. Information is what is power. And guess what? When a woman has more information over you, weakness.
Yes, she can beat you at it.
There's a guy who bought a woman who bought a phone. Na tukaka ngatamai na kujisetinga. Mkazi na ajimujako na mtea mlaini na ajimusetingira. That you really weakened. You disrespected. A man must have power. And how you get power is information. How do you get information is read.
And staying ahead. Actually, you need to stay ahead of the family. More like a solution hot pot. Eh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They used to tell us, you as a man, you must have a solution to everything. How do you tell a woman, I don't know?
I don't know.
How?
I've heard that too.
I say, okay, give me time. I will talk to you.
And actually, you don't necessarily need to know. But when you say, I don't know, you actually go to seek further information.
Give me time. I'm still busy. Give me a few minutes. I can never say I don't know to my woman. How? Give me time. Answer. We must be having solutions. There's this whole scenario of a lot of men undermanned, They don't even know stuff. I don't know. Men must seek information. Information is power. How can you be in a society and you have nothing to talk about? Be informed. You hear people speak and the conversation is shallow. One, no. Men must seek information.
Well, so.
Seek information. Information is power. Read if you must. It doesn't have to be to get a degree or a PhD. No.
YouTube.
Information is not about the degree. And let me tell you, responsibility has been outgrown out of men beyond education. A responsible man is not the educated one. There are so many educated men in parliament where women are chasing them for school fees. But the guy has money, but the woman is chasing for school fees. Haven't you heard of those people? Responsibilities have been dropped. And as we summarize, it's very important for us as men, in this month of men, to reflect on what virtues men really need to have. If you're the kind of man who they diss, how do you have conversation like exchange with your wife? How? When did that start? Bondaba tanso tabulanganzira mu Luganda. Nyabo. Muzanya mu Luzungu nakudamu n'omudamu ne exchanging how? Shut up and get out. That's a mystery, man. But if you have the time to exchange, twaledi mbako tobidamu sibyagala nange nimwesindika, you have no virtues as a man. Statement emala ekatochidamu. That's it. Sibyagala over no again. The moment you use 4, 5, 6 words, you become a sissy. Talking a lot is for women. Nusa umsajanga yombanga yomsana abakozi how? No yomba no mukozi. Say one statement, I don't like that. Get out.
Go fix that.
Virtues for a man. So you as a man in this generation, go down, get into your bosom. Funayaka room somewhere. Ovaka single room where you mugeto ngakako kadinas okuteka mu kitanda kyokka mu webake. Umula kolowooza nnyo amakange gagenda gaddawa. Eno project gye ndimu etwalawa ekola ki eno ya project ya kuzaala mu baana, eno project ya kunkulaakulanya. Where are we heading? Brian Semanda is a sex therapist. Everything you need to know as a man. It's very important for you to get information on your tips. How do you be there? You don't even know your blood group. There's a big man. Kenya doesn't even know his blood group. Doesn't even know. I mean, when was the last time you checked?
HIV test.
Nze miaka nga 10 sisikera kona mudwali silwala. Tamanyi blood pressure. It's very pertinent for you to know your health from head to toe. Abana baba bafune ndwadde. Nibaga cancer mufuna emyaka 5 mabega badda akula. HIV wanamufuna natamanyi nti yamufuna. Ba watu namufuna obeera emyaka 10 nga tomanyi nti. Naye abakulidde lidde immunity abagikubye wotukira ogakudwaliro. But if you know earlier, seek information, both about what's happening to you and everyone around you. One thing I'll summarize with in this conversation is the things you need to know as a man. Your health is going to affect everything around you. It's going to affect your social, it's going to affect your economic. Because it's rather much you spend more money.
Yeah, more money, more time wasted.
And more pressure.
No pressure.
Baba gamba now stage 4 cancer.
Ngena funa pressure kola ebintu mangu.
Mwezi gumo ogenda bokutusa.
Ondaba okutusa ati.
Aka mukama yange CD for zidi bubi wali wansi nnyo diwa sembo genda mudwa wala stream kyaga nti mazina y'emyaka 8. Tewekebeza tomanyi. Man, information is power.
Interesting. I think next time we should have a conversation about grooming and self-care.
Yeah.
Because nawulirako mukulu Gashumba ngagamba even the revered members of parliament that we know that have some money bawunya obumwa
ngawunya lenkwawa takwa ka perfume wobosaza okuza ekirevu kikuze nga kinyirira wobosaza okusala kavi kasale nga katukula gutonda aba
nyo baba
have a good time.
All right guys, this has been a great interesting conversation. My takeaways from this conversation: 1, as men, let's seek information. 2, let's not get ourselves in situations that we can't deal with. 3, please take good care of yourself. 4, be the man in the relationship. ebyo tetugenda kuddawo. This month is for you guys and we're dedicating it to you. If you really need any solution as far as body care for men is concerned,
I'm here.
Brian is here. He's located
one is Komamboga Chanja, Komamboga, Brian Naturals. No deka pini mu Google deka Brian's Naturals. You create on social media wana Brian Semanda unsangayo SexTherapy. Teri kizibu cha SexTherapy chitaina solution. Akasolwe kafa ngatukuigize ngalo. Kwa kasolo fiada no yigengeje bakatambuzamu. Bagala nnyo Brian the therapist. God bless.
Sigenda sukawo.